So income from salaries, in the previous class, we have discussed the norms to fall under income tax, income from salaries. So these are the points we discussed in the previous class. Let's now deal with application of income and diversion of income. Okay, application of income and diversion of income. Okay, application of income is your income. So your salary or whatever the income may be, probably 10 lakhs. Out of the 10 lakhs, you spend around 2 lakhs, not spending. You are applying this money or donating this money or foregoing this money for the employer. You say, sir, my salary 10,000 seems to be exorbitantly high. I will take only 8 lakhs. You just keep the 2 lakhs with yourself. Or out of the 10 lakhs, 2 lakhs, I request you to donate to this charity purpose. Or out of this 10 lakhs, you spend this 2 lakhs for my brother or sister. Okay, in case of house property. Rental income is there. I share a part of rental income to my brother. Okay. So, actually I am drawing only 8 lakhs. Actually I am drawing only 8 lakhs. Now the question is, what is your taxable income? Is it 10 lakhs or 8 lakhs? Always 10 lakhs. Because the moment it is announced that you are eligible for this entire 10 lakhs, this is your spending or applying this fund for your desire. Suppose A and he has 2 sons, X and Y, and A, as per the will, gives the residential house property to X, and this residential house property gives a rental income of rupees 10 lakhs per annum. 10 lakhs per annum. So this residential house property given by A to his son X under will, and on the same will states that spend rupees 3 lakhs for your brother Y, for Y. Now what happens now? I have to give 3 lakhs to Y. I get 7 lakhs now. Now what's about my income here, rental income? Is it 10 lakhs or 7 lakhs? In this case, my income is only 7 lakhs. Because on this 3 lakhs, I don't have any control. As per the will direction given by my father, I can enjoy the residential house property completely, provided I have to spend some money for my maintenance of my brother or maintenance of my mom, whatever it may be scenario. Is that okay? This 3 lakhs. Clear? This 3 lakhs is for Y. As per the legal requirement, no, then it is called diversion. It will be named as diversion, not application. You have to understand the difference between application and diversion. So, an application of income, merely the apportionment of income, apportion sharing. Will it be for your purpose or your savings purpose or donation purpose? You have the control over the entire 10 lakhs. You are distributing that as per your intention. So, here the essentials of application of income under the provisions of the Income Tax Act. Income accrues to the assessee. Now, what is the income for you? 10 lakhs. Because you are having the control over this entire 10 lakhs. Income reaches the assessee. Also, this is for him only. Income is applied to discharge an obligation, whether self-imposed or gratitude. Okay. Because of the kindness you are spending this money for donation or some purpose, doesn't matter, or you can do it yourself at your control. This is called application. But in case of diversion of income, an obligation to apply the income before it received. So you are not eligible to receive this one unless you pay this 3 lakhs to your brother as per the legal requirement. So you are receiving only this 7 lakhs. So essentials being the income is diverted at source. At that source itself, a portion is for Y as per the will. This is an overriding charge. This is called overriding charge or title for such diversion. Okay. So the title of the income itself diverted to Y as per the legal. The charge or obligation is on the source of income and not on the receiver. Okay, this 3 lakhs should be payable to Y on this income, not it's a commitment to pay for X. Before the income reaches X, this income is diverted to Y. Right of maintenance of dependents or of co-personers on partition. Is that okay? So A has made the property partition and a portion is given to X. While doing so, one share of amount should be payable to Y. That's how the means the statement is given in the will. Right under statutory provision under will. Okay, the charge created by degree of court of a means degree of a court of law. It may be due to the legal requirement. Right. Next, we'll now start with this section 15. So three sections are there under salaries. One is section 15, another one is 16, another one is 17. Section 15 is all about charging section. Section 16 is all about deductions. 17 is the definition section. So we have to cover all these things. Okay. Now, let's start with section 15, charging section. Section 15, charging section. Right. Now, due or receipt, whichever is earlier, will be considered the date of charging the taxable income. Okay. Chargeable for the tax. Right. For example, now salary will be payable. Okay, 5th of next month. Is that clear? 5th of next month. That's how the terms of agreement is there between employer and employee. January month salary will be payable on 5th of February. February month salary will be payable on March 5th. That's how it's happening. Suppose Mr. X joined the duty on 1st October 2024. Okay, 1st October 2024. So his salary being rupees 50,000 per month. 50,000 per month. Okay, 50,000 per month. 1/10/2024. Is that clear? Now, for October month, 50,000. Okay, due date. What's the due date? October month salary will be payable on 5th November 2024. Due date. What's the payment date? Payment is made on 10th November 24. Not necessarily the income may be settled or receivable exactly on the due date. Maybe 2 or 3 days delay may also happen. For November month, the salary being 50,000, due date being 5th December 24, payment date being 15th December 24. December month 50,000 rupees and due date being 5th January 25 and payment happen on 10th January 24. January 25, 50,000 rupees. Okay, 2024. This will be 2025. January, February, March. The February month salary being 50,000. March month salary being 50,000. The due date being 5/2/25, 5/3/25, 5/4/25. The payment date being 7th February 24, 9th March 24, 15th April 24. Now you have to find out 25. Okay, all these things are 25. Okay. Now, what is the taxable salary for him? As per the first statement, due or receipt, whichever is earlier. Between these two, whichever is earlier is this one. Due date is the earlier one. Now, the due date before 31st March 2025, whatever it may be, will be considered as income. So, before 31st March 2025 being up to this one. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand. Clear. So I have to find out what is his total income as on 31st March 2025. Between these two, this will be taken, 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 this will be taken. All the payments are after the due date only. So we never bother about the payment date. We will bother about between these two, whichever is earlier. So for the calculation of income meant for this party, we have to find out the income accruing as on 31st March. 31st March, this one is okay, this one is okay, this one is okay, this one is okay, this one is okay. For this 50,000, the due date being only 5/4/25 and the payment date is this one, the date accruing this for this income being 5/4/25. 5/4/25. Is that clear? 5/4/25. Clear? Hope you could understand. Now, the overall income taxable for him this year being summation of these 5 income. So, 50,000 into 5, 2,50,000 will be the taxable income for the previous year 24/25, taxable in the assessment year 25/26. Is that clear? Suppose here I will change the date. The date being 1st January 25. This will be 31st March 25. March month salary 50,000 received in the last day of March itself. Now tell me what is the date of accrual for the taxability. Between these two, whichever is earlier will be taken. So in the very first case, this one will be the earlier one. Second case, this one will be the earlier. Third case, payment date will be the earlier. Then here, this one will be the earlier. Here, this one will be the earlier. And this one will be the earlier. Right. So due date or taxable date or charging to the taxability for this October month income being 5/11/24. For this 5/12/24. For this 1/1/25. For this 5/2/25. For this 5/3/25. For this 31/3/25. Now I have to find out what is the taxable income as on 31st March 25. Any income accrue on or before 31st March will be taxable for him. So here all the 6 salary will be considered as taxable income for the previous year 24/25 itself. So 50,000 rupees into 6, 2.5, 3 lakhs will be the taxable income for the previous year. Okay, for the previous year 24/25 and assessment year 25/26. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand. Always remember, compare the due date, okay, due date as well as payment date. Between these two, whichever is earlier date will be considered for the taxability. If the date falls before 31st March for whatever the salary may be, taxable in the same assessment year itself. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand the term due or receipt, whichever is earlier. Right. Mr. A draws his salary in advance for the month of April 25 in the month of 2025 itself. So what happens? We have seen that no, March month salary will be payable only on 5th of April next year, next month or next month, next year. But if he gets that in advance in this year itself, 31st March itself or 25th March itself, automatically between these two, whichever is earlier, payment date will be considered for the taxability. So here this income will be taxable for the previous year 24/25. This advance income will be taxable in this year itself. If salary due for March 25 is received by A later in the month of April, salary is due for March. For example, March salary 25,000. What is the due date for this salary? March itself. We assume last day of the March. So 31st March 2025. What about the payment date? Received by A in the later month in April. Probably 5th of April 25. Now, in which previous year this 25,000 will be taxable? Compare these two and decide whichever is earlier. Between these two, whichever is earlier, this one, not this one. This one is the whichever is earlier. So naturally, this one falls in which date? Before the end of the previous year, 24-25. So this entire income is taxable in that previous year itself. Is that clear? So always cross verify due date as with the payment date. Between these two, whichever is earlier will be the finalized date. In that date itself, you have to levy the tax. If that date falls before 31st March, that income is taxable in that same previous year itself. Is that clear? Now, hope now you will be able to understand due or receipt, whichever is earlier concept clearly. Now, salary in advance, what happens, sir? Usually taxable on receipt basis. Taxable on receipt basis. Okay. So, your salary per month being 50,000. Okay. Mr. X employed in this business, in this company, since 1/1/2020, since very long. Current previous year starts on 1/1/2024, sorry, 1/4/2024 and ends on 31st March 2025. This is the current previous year. Is that okay? His monthly income being 50,000 per month. His monthly income being 50,000. And on 25th March 25, here in default, salary is paid. Salary is paid last day of the month. Last day of the month. Okay. Salary due date as well as payment date, both are the last day. No problem here. No problem here. So January salary is payable in January. April salary is payable in April, last date itself. His monthly salary being 50,000. So for the previous year 1/4/24 to 31st March 2025, he might have drawn 50,000 rupees per month for 12 months. So 6 lakhs will be the taxable income. Taxable income. Apart from that, on 25th March, he may be in need of emergency fund for his family purpose. He just approaches the employer, sir, give me 5 lakhs in advance. Every month you can adjust from my salary. That's how he just goes and gets his salary in advance. You don't pay. So if he gets around 5 lakhs rupees in advance, next year's entire value he gets in advance. Actually, the due date being coming years only. So every month 50,000 means from April to 1st January. January end up to January end, he has to pay 50,000 rupees. Is that clear? 10 months salary he gets in advance. Due date has not come, but he received in advance. Receipt or due, whichever is earlier. As per that logic, if you receive the amount in advance, that advance will be taxable in that same year itself. No need to wait for the due date. No need to wait for the due date. Is that clear? Salary in advance. Salary in advance. Is that clear? If you are receiving the salary in advance, also be considered as taxable in this year itself. Okay. Now the question is, what is the tax rate in new tax regime? 0 to 3 lakhs nil, 3 lakhs to 7 lakhs 5%, 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs 10%, 10 lakhs to 12%, 12 lakhs 15, 12 lakhs to 15 lakhs 20, above 15 lakhs 30%. That you know. So in this case, what happens for Mr. X? Previous year 24-25, as per this charging section condition, he has to pay the tax on 11 lakhs. In the year 25-26, for the year 6 lakhs is there. 50,000 for the entire 12 months, 6 lakhs is there. But already he collected 5 lakhs in the previous year itself. So employer offers him only 1 lakh. Only 1 lakh. If Mr. X gets 6 lakhs each for the year 1 and year 2, 6 lakhs in 24-25 and 25-26 previous year. Okay. So his salary income being 6 lakhs, here also 6 lakhs. What is the tax amount? 0. 7 lakhs, of course, he can enjoy the rebate also, he pays nothing. Forget about the rebate. If you don't have the rebate, for the 6 lakhs, 5% being 3 lakhs above, up to 6 lakhs, 5%. Okay, for the 3 lakhs, 5%, 15,000, and here another 15,000. So the total being 30,000. Am I right? Yes or no? So rebate is eligible up to 25,000 rupees. Is that okay? He can get the rebate up to 25,000. Okay, but in the very first year up to 25,000, 0. Second year 25,000, 0. So ultimately he gets nothing. No tax, no tax. But if he gets next year's salary in advance this year itself, his income in 24-25 being 11 lakhs, the next year is only 1 lakh. If his income is 11 lakhs, what about the taxability? Up to 0 to 3 lakhs nil, and 3 lakhs to 7 lakhs it is 5%. So for the 4 lakhs 5% 20, and 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs 10%. For the 3 lakhs 10% means 30,000 rupees. From 10 lakhs to 12 lakhs, but of course the limit is only 11 lakhs, for that 15%. For the 1 lakh 15% being 15,000 will be the tax. So overall value being 65,000 rupees. 65,000. Is that clear? So he has to pay 65,000. Of course, he is not eligible for the rebate also. He has to pay 65,000 tax. Next year only 1 lakh, so no tax. So these 2 years put together, the tax payable by him is 65,000 rupees if he gets the salary in advance. Rather than if he gets month after month, his taxable amount in the very first year also 0, second year also 0, third year in total also 0. So ultimately he pays around 65,000 rupees excess due to this application of the provision. Seems to be illogical. Sir, I'm in family emergency, so I'm getting in advance. Because of that, you are penalizing me. This year's salary, next year's salary, if I am receiving in advance, also be considered as in this year's income, and you are taxing me heavily. Okay, because of my personal requirement, charge means asked to get pay the salary in advance, but you are penalizing me. The government says no problem. In that case, this 65,000 comparing with the real tax you pay if you are getting month after month, the difference between these two will be waived, will be given as a relief. Is that okay? Now, in case of advance, salary in advance is taxable on receipt basis, provided in case of advance salary, if you are receiving and due to that advance salary receiving, you are paying heavy tax rather than you pay lower tax if you are receiving the salary year after year, then you will be given a discount. That discount is called relief. The discount is called relief under section 89 class 1. Okay. Month on month 6 lakhs means I don't pay any tax. But 2 years of salary I am getting today itself, then I fall in the higher tax bracket. I need to pay the tax because of this application of the charging section rule. Don't you consider for discount, sir? Okay, I'll give the discount, which is called relief. Relief under section 89 class 1. Is that clear? Just to reverse, advance. Next month's salary, if you are receiving today itself, then it's an advance. Last year's salary, if you are receiving today, maybe arrear. Outstanding salary receivable is different, arrear is different, right? You have to understand the difference between outstanding salary and arrear salary. Now I am going to introduce the concept called arrear salary. Okay. Arrear of salary. How many of you seen the salary structure? Have you heard about that salary structure? This is how it may be noted. 40,000 slash or dash 2,000 dash 50,000 dash 3,000 dash 65,000. That's how pay scale or salary structure may be given in most of the government concern. Okay, you see this. Okay, what does it mean? At the time of joining the employment, very first year, your salary being 40,000 rupees. Thereafter, year on year, you will get increment of rupees 2,000, 42,000. Second year, another 2,000 increment, 44, then 46, 48, 50. The moment it touches 50, thereafter your increment increases to 3,000. So 50 plus 3, 53, 56, 59, 62. The moment it touches 65, then you will be going for the next level. That's how the salary structure may be given. Salary structure may be given. Is that clear? Range. C, previous year 1/4/2023, 1/4/2024, 31st March 2025. This is the prior to the previous year. This is the previous year. Actually, salary will be revised. Salary will be revised on 1st January every year. 1st January every year. On this date, 1/4/23, his monthly salary is 50,000. Per month he draws 50,000 rupees. As per the terms of agreement, his salary gets revised in which date? 1st January. 1st January 2024, he gets revision. But at the time of revision, because of some reason, the business may be in tough situation, or the managing director may be traveling outside India, or some reason. So how can I go for revising? It's a discretion of the management. So the management will speak with the employee to decide, okay, or the labor union. But nothing happened during this time. So what happened, the same salary is continuing. Same salary is continuing. And 1/4/2025 came. Up to that period, the salary was only 50,000. Now they will go for arguing. Sir, what happened, sir? No increment for past 2 years. Okay, now I'll finalize. Your increment in this date being, so for this period, you are getting salary of rupees how much? 50,000 per month for 12 months, you are getting 6 lakhs. You are getting 6 lakhs. From this date to this date, 50,000 rupees you are getting. 50,000 is your salary for 9 months. 9 into 50,000, 4.5 lakhs. You already received. On this date, the revision is finalized. Employer says, we'll go for the revising 5,000 rupees upside. Immediately demands, sir, what happens the earlier year's revision? Oh, is it so? Then I'll do one thing. I'll revise 3,000 rupees extra here. Here another 3,000. So from this day onwards, you'll be getting 56,000. So then automatically what happens? 1/4/25 to 31st March 25. He gets 56,000 salary. 1,68,000. Am I right? So he gets salary of rupees 1,68,000. The revision is finalized. 6,000 is increment fixed on 1/4/2025. From 1/4/2025, he is now getting 56,000 rather than 50. From 1st April 2024 to 1st January. This is 1st January. Okay. 1st January 2025 up to the 9 months, he got only 50,000 rupees. But the revision is fixed this way. 3,000 increment for this period, 3,000 increment for this period. So we missed to include this earlier period. No need to worry about that. So I'll add up these two, include here. So from 1st January 25 onwards, he will be getting 56,000 rather than 50,000 rupees. 56 into 3, 1,68,000 he gets. Next, sir, if the revision happened exactly on the 1st January as per the terms of agreement, I might have received so much of money. No. What happens? No problem. I will give all these things today, sir. So now the employer calculates for this period 3,000 increment is there. For the previous year 24, 23, 24. I offered you salary only 50. As per the revision, you will get 3,000 excess for that year. 3 months is there. No, for the 3 months, take 9,000 excess. For the previous year 24, 25, From this day to this day also 3000 is applicable. How many months are there? 9 months. So 3000 into 9 months, 27,000. So I'll pay you 36,000 extra in this date. Extra in this date itself. So the revision happened on 1st January 2025. On the date of revision, since the earlier year any outstanding supposed to be revised means you will be getting that. No, so you didn't get. So all this put together, you are getting one short payment today. One short payment you are getting today. Now find out the income for the previous year, 23-24. As per your tax filing, you might have filed the tax based on the real amount you collected in the previous year, 23-24. And previous year, 24-25, the amount you received being 4.5 lakhs plus 4.5 lakhs plus 1 lakh 68. Because of the revision, the arrear you received for this current year being 27. What is the total value? 6 lakhs 45,000. Apart from that, the amount meant for this period not received by that period being 9,000. You are receiving that 9,000 also. So you are getting 6 lakhs 54,000 in the previous year, 24-25. 24-25. Is that clear? Clear? So now you have to pay the tax on 6 lakhs 54,000. Previous year 23-24, you might have paid the tax for the real amount collected, as you are not aware about what is the revision may happen. Based on 6 lakhs you paid. In this year, actual amount collected, any arrear related to the previous year together with you are collecting today. For that also you have to pay the tax. Clear? Provided one more condition. If the terms of agreement says that every year after you will be getting 3,000 revision. 3,000 revision. Okay. What happens here? You got 50,000 rupees here, but for this entire period, you know, you got only 50,000. As for the terms of agreement, you are pretty sure that on 1/1/24, you will get 53,000. But what happened, you know, the owner says, it's an auto pay. Usually I too do. For all the employees' salary I pay, no. I'll just set auto pay for every month on first date itself. The last day I finish up paying the salary to all. All the expenses will be closed on the last day. Around 6 months due, no, I put in auto pay. Automatically on the last date the payment will be done. So he says, for the entire year I converted the auto pay, wait. That extra amount I will pay along with the next year's payment. But what happens, you know, the employee knows anyhow I will get the 3,000 rupees. While filing the tax, he files 50,000 into 9 months, 4.5 lakhs. He is pretty sure that he will get 53,000 for the remaining 3 months. So 53 into 3, that value being 1,59,000. So he showed 6,09,000 as his income unpaid tax in the previous year, 23-24. Though he has not received, but he knows what's the revision he usually gets. So he adds that revision also, takes the full value, and for that he pays the tax. Will it be possible? No. If he knows the revision, yes. If it is not taxed earlier. So in this case, he showed that money also and paid the tax. Subsequently, if he receives that outstanding in the next year, he no need to pay the tax. In that case, he no need to pay the tax. He has to pay the tax only this one. So if he finds and adds that arrear supposed to be receivable later in this current year and pay the tax for the current year itself, subsequently he is not required to pay. Subsequently he is not required to pay. Is that clear? Hope you will be now able to understand the logic behind arrear. Usually arrear will be taxable on receipt. But usually we think arrear, we are not sure what money we will be received. If I clearly know what is the money I am going to receive, so arrear itself, before arriving the real, before receiving the real amount, I can calculate this as my income in the previous year itself. In that case, on receipt of the arrear later period, you no need to pay the tax. You no need to pay the tax. So now you will be able to understand the logic. Arrear of salary is taxable on receipt basis. Highlighted if it is not taxed earlier. If it is not taxed earlier. 3 terms I have explained. Normally, due or receipt, whichever is earlier. If you are receiving the salary in advance, then it is always taxable on receipt because due date is not currently available. So we have not met the due date yet. It's taxable. Third one, arrear of salary. Arrear of salary. Usually taxable on receipt basis because we are not aware about what is the arrear I am going to receive later on. If I know what is the arrear I am able to get later on, I can estimate and pay the tax for that ahead itself. In that case, on receipt, you don't need to pay the tax. On receipt, you don't need to pay the tax. If it is not taxed earlier, only it's taxable. Why do I want to pay the tax earlier, sir? I'm not sure what is the arrear. Even though I am sure with the arrear amount, why do I want to pay the tax earlier? I can pay later on. But the problem is, if you are getting the arrear 2 years later by accumulating 2 years income, you will fall under higher tax bracket. 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, you pay tax only 5%. If 3 or 4 years arrear together with, it may fall 15 lakhs. So you have to pay the higher tax for the 50 lakhs. In order to escape yourself, what you can do? I can calculate and pay now itself, sir. Sir, I am not able to calculate ahead, sir. I'm not able to calculate ahead, sir. I'm receiving everything today only. I got confirmation of the arrear money today only, sir. What can I do? This year income is 6 lakhs, sir. Almost I didn't get the money for 20 years, sir. For all the 20 years put together, they are now offering me 50 lakhs, sir. Now my income is 6 lakhs for the current year income, and for 20 years arrear 50 lakhs. Almost now I'm getting 56 lakhs. If I'm getting 6 lakhs year after year, 50 lakhs by 20, 2.5 lakhs only, no, I may be escaped. But if you are giving me all the 20 years income as an arrear income this day, I may fall under the 30% slab. Even if the gross income is more than 50 lakhs, I have to pay surcharge also. Isn't it? Then it seems to be a penalty like. Late receipt is also a penalty. Paying high taxes is a second penalty. What is this, sir? Then automatically relief comes. Relief under section 89 class 1 comes. What is this? If you are receiving the income year after year in the last 20 years, what is the total tax you pay over the 20 years period? Because of collecting and getting all these things today itself, what is the total tax you are paying? So year on year, if you receive this money year on year, what is the total tax payable? So you calculate in that concerned year's tax rate. Based on that, if you calculate, it comes around rupees 1 lakh. Rather than that, you calculate current period tax itself. Then the amount comes around 3 lakhs. So if you pay the tax year on year, that same date, you need to pay the tax of rupees 1 lakh for the entire 20 years put together. As you are receiving all the income put together this year, you are falling under the higher tax bracket. Because of the reason, you are paying 3 lakhs. That excess payment, 2 lakhs will be relief under section 89 class 1. So the tax for the current income for 56 lakhs may be 3 lakhs assumed, minus relief under section 89 class 1 being 2 lakhs. Now you have to pay only 1 lakh. Sir, is there any such situation available, sir? Applicable anywhere for 20 years arrear? Applicable? You might have heard the scientist Nambi Narayanan. Heard about him or not? Nambi Narayanan. Rocketry. What's that movie name? Yeah, Rocketry. Okay. Who was the person behind Vikas engine? Today we use for missiles and all, right? Vikas engine. And contemporary to Dr. Abdul Kalam. Right. He was also worked with him. And he invented the Vikas. Vikas engine is one of the popular engine. Now also it is used for the missiles. Right. Vikas. This Vikas name itself, okay, to honor their leader, Vikram Sarabhai was a founder, right? To honor their group leader, this Vikas engine is named Vikram Sarabhai. Okay, that's how the name is coined. Vikas name, Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram and Sarabhai. Okay, go and see that. Even in Sony, Rocket Boys, that web series is there. You can see that Rocket Boys web series, and I think Vikram Sarabhai and who's that? Another person, Atomic, Atomic Baba. Baba. Heard about that name? Baba. Okay. Who was behind for nuclear and that nuclear reactors and all? Baba Atomic Center. Very famous. That movie, that series, web series, no, is talking about these two great scientists by the time. Because means Nambi Narayanan, scientist Nambi Narayanan got convicted. Okay, selling the Indian secrets to Pakistan like and got arrested and thrown out of his own job also. He fought back and won his own side almost 20 years later. Government announced and court declared he is not now convicted. Okay, immediately, not only that, he was now given the salary for all the years together with the interest. It came around 50 lakhs something. Okay, Nambi Narayan. So interesting case. Lots of things happen in most of the cases. If you are getting so much money lump sum after this case being the arrear today, today's tax rate may be higher, right? So if you pay the huge tax, then what's the use at all? So in this case, if he might have received the income year on year, what could be the tax for all these years? Add up that. Then tax you calculate for entire amount received in this year. The today's income is higher than the accumulated previous year income. The difference will be considered as a relief under section 89 class 1. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand. Section 15 is all about charging section. Three predominant points are there. One is due or receipt, whichever is earlier for the normal income. If you are receiving the income in advance, is usually taxable in the time at the time of receipt itself. And in case of arrear, it is taxable on receipt basis if it is not taxed earlier. If it is already taxed earlier, no need to pay the tax at the time of receipt. But in these two cases, advance and arrear, okay, they can enjoy the relief under section 89 class 1. Is that clear? Now, if the pay commission recommends salary revision with retrospective effect, as per the revision, arrear salary of 24,000 for the previous year 23-24 is received in the previous year 24-25. So this arrear salary, this is meant for this period, but we are not sure with what is the extra amount we'll get. Because of the pay revision only, it is confirmed that earlier year's salary could be revised, and for the revision, you'll be getting 24,000 arrear. That arrear you receive only in 24-25, automatically it's going to be taxable only in the year 24-25. Though this 24,000 is taxable only in the year 24-25, but of course they can enjoy the relief under section 89 class 1. Clear? This question was asked in the exams. Find out the taxable year, even state whether relief under section 89 class 1 is applicable. A draws his salary in advance for the month April 25. So in this case, April month salary he receives in March 25 itself. So taxable year being 24-25. And what about the relief under section 89 class 1s are also applicable? Yes, applicable. Advance means applicable. If salary due for March 25 is received by A later in the month of April, due date falls in 2025, the receipt happens in the next month. Okay, due or receipt, whichever is earlier as per the normal provision. So automatically it's taxable only in the month of March 25, otherwise 24-25. Will the relief under section 89 class 1 applicable for this? No. So only for the arrear and advance, the relief under section 89 class 1 will be applicable. It's not arrear or advance. Usually there will be mismatch between the due date and receipt date. Okay, that will not be considered as arrear or advance. Is that okay? So between these two, due date or receipt, whichever is earlier will be taken. This is by default provisions only. In the case of revision, you are getting the previous year arrear in this year. On receipt, it is going to be taxable, provided if it's not taxed earlier. So usually In case of pay revision, we are not aware about real arrear, what I get in the previous year. So usually I don't pay the tax by the time. So it is going to be payable only in the year 24-25. As it is being the arrear, automatically relief under section 89 class 1 will be applicable. Is that clear? Now, you know that advance, but you have to understand the difference between salary in advance, advance against salary. If you are receiving salary in advance, then it is taxable salary. It is taxable salary. What does it mean? See, A's monthly salary being 50,000 per month. For the year 24-25, he got 6 lakhs. He got 6 lakhs. Apart from that, salary for the next year also he gets today itself for 10 months of salary. Meant for which period? For 25-26. He gets today itself as an advance. This is called salary received in advance. Salary in advance. If you are receiving salary in advance, this will be taxable in the year of receipt. So the total taxable income being 11 lakhs. Clear? This is called salary in advance. And B, whose monthly salary being 50,000 per month, and for 24-25, he received 6 lakhs. He received 6 lakhs. Now, for his medical emergency or some reason, he approaches the employer, sir, give me loan. Okay, how much? 5 lakhs. What's the guarantee, sir? I'm going to work here only, no. Okay, whatever the loan I take, you can subtract from my salary. Immediately, employer offered him 5 lakhs rupees loan. Okay, loan. And for the year 25-26, from the salary, this loan will be gradually deducted. So the salary may be 50. He may be allowed to subtract 25,000 for the loan. Every year he subtracts, every month he subtracts 25,000. Now what is the taxable income? This 6 lakhs is the taxable income. This 5 lakhs is not taxable income. So in the next year, the salary he receives being 6 lakhs, but he adjusts the loan in this period, 5 lakhs, only he receives 1 lakh. Though he receives 1 lakh, this is repayment. He has to pay the tax on 6 lakhs. Now this is loan. Loan. In this case, loan is borrowed by pledging what? By pledging the salary. If you want to get the loan, the banker will ask for any guarantee. What's there? Do you have any pledging? Any jewel and any land or any building you have? Pledge it and get. So pledging. So similarly, employee gets the loan pledging what? His salary. So in this case, this loan is called advance he got from the employer against his salary. Against his salary. It means salary is pledged to get the advance. Salary is pledged to get. I pledge the jewel to get the loan. Similarly, I pledge my salary to the employer. Sir, anyhow, I am getting the salary now. Any EMI payment can be subtracted from there. So then it is called advance against salary. Salary in advance is future salary received in advance is taxable salary. Advance against salary is nothing but loan is borrowed and repaid as an adjustment in the future salary, which is not actually salary, not taxable. Not salary, not taxable. Is that clear? So with that, we have completed the section 15. The basic section is all about charging section is over. Subsequently, we will go for the definition under section 17.